You're listening to the Unnamed podcast, hosted by Midnight Lunatic. And here is Midnight Lunatic.
Hello, Midnight Crew, and welcome back to Unnamed Podcast. Yes, you guys' favorite show. I know. But hey, we're back to regular scheduled programming. As you can see, I mean, come on now. I didn't take another break. I didn't take another one, all right? Everything's fine. Everything's good, all right? Settle down. Enjoy the show, all right? All right, we're going to set this off right. We're going to start off right, all right? It's going to be a long week for all of us. We know that. So, let's get started with fact of the week. You know what time it is. It's your favorite part. Let's jump right into it.
It's everybody's favorite time of the week. It's time for the fact of the week.
Fact of the week goes to Disney World. Disney World is the second largest purchaser of explosives in the United States. Only the U.S. military comes in front of them. So think about that, guys. Think about that. How much explosives is Disneyland really buying that they are second behind the military? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I guarantee like half of what Disney World makes goes straight towards fireworks, right? And you would have to imagine, I mean, that's a lot of fireworks. That's a lot. But anyways, enough about fact of the week. Let's start our subjects off with TikTok. Everyone's heard of TikTok, right? It's everywhere, viral. You know, you got those little videos between like 10 and like 15 seconds, right? I think there's like long videos too. I think you can post like 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, whatever, right? Well, apparently the Secretary of State said that the United States is certainly looking at banning Chinese social media apps, including TikTok, suggesting it shared information with the Chinese government. So, I mean, for me personally, TikTok, I've never been a fan of. Musically, when it was back in Musically days, never enjoyed it. I thought it was the most stupidest thing ever. Why would you want to put yourself in front of a camera and pretend that you're dancing or just dance in general to like some song, right? It just didn't make sense to me. I was just like, why? Like, why, right? Well, anyways, the U.S. lawmakers have raised national security concern over TikTok's handling of user data, saying that it is worried about Chinese laws requiring domestic companies to support and cooperate with intelligence work controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. So it looks like there's some concerns with TikTok's way of handling their data, like explained. So for me, this doesn't bother me because I don't have an account, so they can't steal my information, right? I don't have none of their apps. I don't have nothing, right? TikTok, I've never made an account for, never will. All right, that's just me. If you own a TikTok, good for you, I guess. You know, it's all good. If you want videos, it's kind of like a Vine, I guess. You know, you want some funny videos, but like for me, it's just not for me. All right, I never wanted to make one. No, it wasn't for me. Even when Musically was still alive, before TikTok bought them, didn't make an account then. Never would. It just did not interest me. I just never liked it. I don't understand the point of it. Well, TikTok said it has never provided user data to China. Quote, "We have no higher priority than promoting a safe and secure app experience for our users. We have never provided user data to the Chinese government, nor would we do so if asked." So TikTok said itself, it doesn't share anything with the Chinese government. But then again, it is a Chinese-owned company. So, like, they don't really have to be sharing anything because they already own everything, right? I mean, it kind of makes sense. The app TikTok itself is not even available in China, right? It's not even available in China, but the app has sought to distance itself from its Chinese roots to appeal to a global audience. So even though that it is a Chinese-based app, right? Like China owns it, they they don't even have it available in their own country, right? They're wanting it to be more of like a global app where people around the globe can go on it instead of like the Chinese, which is very suspicious if you ask me. That's very suspicious. Why would you own an app but don't distribute it to your own people, but instead distribute it to the rest of the world for the rest of the world to use? That's really suspicious. I see why they have concerns. TikTok was recently banned in India along with 58 other Chinese apps after a border clash between India and China. So it looks like there were some feuds going on between India and China, and TikTok was banned, including 58 others. I mean, I don't really know what all those Chinese apps are, but man, it's like I really see TikTok being banned within the next like couple months. Like I have a feeling TikTok is going to be banned before the holiday season. That's just my feelings on that. I have a feeling that it is going bye bye very very soon, and I got no problem with this. I know a lot of people are like, "Why are you going to shut down my favorite app? That's my favorite app. Blah blah blah. I use it more than anything." Well, too bad. All right, go make yourself a Twitter. All right, go at me and let's have a conversation about it. You say you wanna say that you're upset about it? Let me know. Let me know that you're upset about it. If it bothers you, let me know. If it doesn't, let me know. Be like, hey, I hate that app too. I want it gone. Let me know. Because I certainly do. I'm tired of going on any social medias and seeing videos of TikToks, right? It's annoying. It's annoying. I don't know why. It's just I find it so annoying. It's just everywhere. You go on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, just anywhere, right? Anywhere. It's there, and I don't like it. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I just don't. All right, I just don't. So yeah, I see TikTok heading into some troubles, and I see it going away very very soon. And speaking of things going away, you remember we talked a little bit of the Washington Redskins last week, how there was some, Nike took away their Redskins product merchandise from their store, right? Well, Walmart and Target have now joined forces and pulled Redskins gear from their websites too. So after Nike did it, the day that pretty much started the intense, drama between the Redskins to transition away from their name, right? Well, now Walmart and Target are doing the same. And what's crazy is FedEx, which we talked about last week, and now Pepsi have both publicly stated their support for a change. So now it looks like Pepsi is also involved, right? So we're seeing major companies, like big name companies, wanting a change. So I guarantee NFL is looking at all this and saying, man, we're going to be losing so much brand deals, if we don't change our name. Because Pepsi is one of like the NFL's like sponsors, is it not? Like I want to say Pepsi and like Papa John's are like the ones that like pretty much do business the most, besides Nike with the NFL, right? So if they don't choose their name, I'm pretty sure these companies are not going to mess with the NFL at all in the future. So I'm seeing that the Redskins are going to change their name, right? I don't know what the name's going to be. No one knows, but I have a feeling that there's going to be a name change really soon. By the start of this new season, there's going to be a new name. Don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure they're working on it right now, and that's why NFL really hasn't spoken up about this. But hey, time can only tell, right? So now the wait begins to see who else decides to follow in the footsteps of the companies like Walmart, Target, and Nike. It's only a matter of time before other companies start publicly stating that they want the name to change. So if these big brand companies are already starting to go hard on them, I mean, we can only see more companies like, well, imagine if Apple or like Google or like Samsung or like just like bigger companies like that. Like, what if like hot dog companies decided, hey, I don't like the name, let's change it. Imagine like going a football season without like having a hot dog, right? Like you can't buy a hot dog anywhere. Or like with Pepsi being one of these, like imagine not buying a drink. Or like beer companies, right? Beer companies. Imagine a beer company being like, hey, I don't like your name, change it, or else we're not supporting your guys' beer no more. Like, holy bazooka. And if I would go mad then, everyone loves their beer. That's probably like their biggest seller at games is beer. So imagine a beer company like Bud Light speaking up. Woo! They would have to change the name then. They would have to. I mean, I would. I wouldn't want to stay with the same name if I'm losing all those brands. Like, it would be stupid on NFL's part, right? Well, looks like we have come to the segment Quick Topics. So there's some interesting topics in here. And I'm going to start off with Disney World, right? Disney World, we talked about that in Fact of the Week. So Disney World reopens in Florida as the COVID-19 cases continue to rise, right? So I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I live in Arizona, and that's like the hot spot for this virus, right? We are like number one, right? And Florida is not that far behind us. They're spiking like super high too. I mean, you think about Florida, right? And you think about like summertime, you want to go to the beach and enjoy yourself. Well, many people are thinking that, and they're wanting to go to the beach. They're wanting to go to amusement parks. They're wanting to do this and that, right? Man, it's spiking the cases, and I get Disneyland and Disney World, like they want to reopen, but at the same time, man, I think they could have gone a little bit longer. I mean, you're talking about Disney. This is a multi-billion-dollar company. Like, they can afford to close down for a couple months, but no. Instead, they want to reopen it, and now they're seeing cases even spike even more because it's opening. People are wanting to go to Disney World again because, again, it's Disney. It's the summertime. You want to plan a vacation, week to Disney, right? Disney World's the only one that's open, so everyone's going there. Yeah, I don't know. For me, if it was up to me and I lived in Florida, I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk going out to Disney World. I wouldn't do it. Well, next one. Next, the new Halloween movie, right? Michael Myers. We all know what Halloween is. We all love it, right? Well, unfortunately, it is going to be delayed and confirmed by John Carpenter himself. So the new Halloween movie was supposed to be set to go on October of 2020 this year, right? Well, now, because of the virus situation, they are now having to delay the film for October of 2021. So an exact year from the day it was supposed to be released is when we'll finally be able to watch it. That's kind of a bummer, because I know a lot of people, including myself, have been waiting for this movie for about 2 years. This has been like a rumored movie for 2 years now, right? We've seen it. Well, I've seen it. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen, little trailers about it. A new Halloween movie coming real soon, and then we saw it, and then the virus hit, and everything shut down, and I guess they had to stop the filmmaking of it because they wanted to practice social distancing and this and that. So now it's having to be delayed, and it kind of sucks, but It's only a year, all right? We're already halfway through the year. As bad as this year has been, we are halfway. We're more than halfway done with the year. So I have a feeling a year is going to pass by super quick. Guaranteed. Kanye West. This one was funny to me. Kanye West is running for president in 2020. Now, before I get too deep in that, I think he's too late to be running for president. I think he missed the deadline. I know for sure he missed the deadline in some states, but I think he's still going to run, and he is claiming a third party. I think he called it the birthday party, and he said that if he wins, it's going to be a party for everyone, right? So I don't necessarily know what the hell that means, right? It was like, okay, but it's Kanye, right? It's Kanye. That's just who he is. He's one of those guys where it's like, all right, well, this is gonna get interesting, right? So he said in a tweet that he is officially putting in his name for the presidency campaign, and a lot of people were really like, what in the world? But then again, he did say that he was going to do this, right? But the fact that he did it so late, he only did this like a couple weeks ago, like he announced this. He did it very, very late. So if he was truly serious about running, I don't understand what was the delay. Like, he should have started doing his campaigning and stuff like a long time ago if he was honestly serious about running. I just thought it was funny because it's Kanye. Kanye West is known for his music, not politics. I've never seen him once speak about politics, so I don't really know what his deal is there. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I just thought it was a joke. I thought it was funny. Well, I guess we'll just see what happens when the time comes for us to vote. NFL news. A lot of things have been happening in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes, quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, just signed a 10-year extension contract worth over $503 million. Imagine having that much money. All I know is it's a lot of money, all right? All I know, that is a lot of money. And that is over the next 10 years. And it is rumored that this is the biggest contract in NFL history. And I would have to agree. I mean, that's a lot of money. He is now stuck with the team for 10 years. Another interesting thing is Tom Brady, right? Everyone knows Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. They are now both in Tampa Bay uniforms. It's crazy. I never thought I'd see the day that Tom Brady and Rob Gronk both skip from the Patriots and join another team. I never saw that happening, and it's crazy that they go to Tampa Bay out of all teams. They could have chose. I'm pretty sure Tom would have been accepted literally anywhere. I mean, he's that quarterback that like every team would want, and every team would be jealous of, right? To me, okay, this is where I gotta cut the cord here, right? Tom Brady, for me, he is a good player, but man, I don't like the guy, man. I'm sorry, but I don't know. There's just something about him that's just like, I don't know. Like, okay, all right. I'm be honest. The only reason I don't like him is he's too damn freaking good, man. He is too good. And the fact that like it was the Patriots, right? Patriots, that is my most hated team in the league behind the Cowboys, right? Cowboys I absolutely hate too. But Patriots are number one on my most hated team list, right? And the fact that Tom Brady, for years, and the Patriots as a whole, for years now, have gone back to back, like pretty much back to back, right? All these years for the Super Bowl. Like, I got so tired of seeing the Patriots in the Super Bowl. It was so tiring. I was like, ugh. Like last year, I was like, if they make it to the Super Bowl, I'm not even gonna watch it. Like, if they go again, I'm not gonna watch it. I got so sick of seeing the Patriots in the Super Bowl. It was like watching a rerun every year that they went. It was like, man, another one, like another team. Like, it just, switch it up. Like, golly. And then the fact that they got 6 Super Bowl wins, I was like, damn it, man. I thought my Steelers, because I'm a Steelers fan, and my Steelers were the only ones at the time that had 6 Super Bowls, right? And the fact that Tom Brady and the Patriots, they won 6, and now they tied up with the Steelers, I'm like, damn it. Now the Steelers are going to have to step up and bring home number 7. I'm hoping with this new season coming that if the season stays intact and it's not canceled, that my Steelers can make it to the Super Bowl, man. I mean, it's been a while. It's been since what, 2009, 2010 since we've been. It's been a while. So I'm hoping for a good season for the Steelers. Also, NFL news: Cam Newton, the former quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, takes Tom Brady's old spot at New England. So Cam Newton got traded to the Patriots and is now taking the quarterback spots over there. Now, Cam Newton, to me, he's a good player too. He's very versatile. The only reason he got traded was because a lot of people were doubting him. Like, a lot of people were doubting him because of the season that he had last year. Like, they were like, this kid doesn't have it no more. He's not showing any grit. He's not showing any will. We're not winning games because he's not making his passes. Like, just everyone was doubting him. And so he had it. He was like, you know what? If I'm not going to be appreciated with a team that I'm working my ass off for, I'm going to take my talent somewhere else. And that's exactly what he did. And New England was looking for a quarterback, saw the opportunity, and took it. So I have a feeling that Cam Newton, as hard as he's been working, and I've seen videos of him working, I'm sure that he is going to be, I want to say he's going to be one of the top 5s this year. For sure. I mean, this guy's, he's going to show everyone wrong. He's going to blow the roof off the place. He's going to take what's his, man. And you know what? As much as I hate to say it, New England, I think you got a good player right there. I think you got a good one. Let's just hope you make the best out of that, man. Don't let that kid down, because he's busting his ass, man. He is. Well, NFL, man. If everything goes right, we'll have that season going, man. And I miss it. I miss sports. I'm still waiting for baseball. I know they're doing their preseason right now, but I'm waiting for the regular season to start, which happens in like 2 weeks from now, I think. So that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. Well, switching over to gaming, Donkey Kong Country. If you guys played Donkey Kong Country, it was a Super Nintendo game back in the day, right? It is now coming to the Nintendo Switch on the 15th of this month. So literally a couple days, it's going to be out, and I'm super excited about this one, right? This is one of my favorite games back in the day. I would turn on the Super Nintendo, put that game, I'd play it for hours. I mean, it is super fun. If anyone's a fan of Donkey Kong, everyone knows Donkey Kong Country. That is one of the top Donkey Kong games you could ever play in your life. It is so good. So amazing. Now, if only we could work on getting Donkey Kong Country 2, and I think the third one, I forgot what Daisy Kong or something like that. If we can get those other two, man, Nintendo Switch is going to be unstoppable. If they continue to bring out classic games like this, there's just no stopping Nintendo at this point, man. There would be no stopping them. Now, music, man. It's been a crazy one for music this past week. Mac Miller, Pop Smoke, and Juice WRLD, all deceased rappers, right? Loved, like, badly, had major fan support. Their albums dropped and are stated to be the hardest listens of the year. Anyone that loved and was a fan of Mac Miller, Pop Smoke, Juice World are having a hard time listening to the album while knowing that they're gone. And Juice WRLD's, there's a couple songs from Juice WRLD that I'm a fan of, but I'm not too much of a fan of like Mac Miller or Pop Smoke. Honestly, I didn't even know who Pop Smoke was. Still don't. I knew who Mac Miller was. I never listened to his music though. Juice WRLD I'm familiar with, but the other two I'm not too familiar with. But again, it's sad to see. It's like Nipsey Hussle too. Like if Nipsey Hussle was coming out with an album, I'm sure fans would have a hard time listening to that, man. Like Nipsey Hussle to people was like the king of hip hop, right? Everyone loved that guy. And speaking of music, The Adventures of Moon Man and Slim Shady, a new single from Kid Cudi and Eminem, paid tribute to George Floyd in the first collaboration. Yeah, you heard that right, guys. Kid Cudi and Eminem made a song called The Adventures of Moon Man and Slim Shady, and it paid tribute to George Floyd and everything that's going on in the world right now. With the whole Black Lives Matter protests, the protests in general, the virus, situations with masks and everything going on. I mean, they talk about it all in that song, and it gets really political in that song, to be honest. Like I listened to it the other day, and I was like, man, they're speaking some hard truth in this. Like, and I was really paying attention to Eminem's verse, because we all know Eminem. He doesn't care. He will speak his mind. He will let you know what his thoughts are on everything. And boy, did he do it. And he did not let up. He completely said, hey, this is what I think. And man, it was a good song. It was a good song. I understand that some people are going to have a problem with it because of how political it is. They might not believe some of what they're saying. But for me, man, that song was like, wow. Like super wow. So if you haven't heard that song, go listen to it, because you're gonna face some hard truths in there. You're gonna face some hard truths. Now, for the main event of the evening, Karen Act. Oh, that Karen. Oh, man. So we all know what a Karen is, right? We all know a Karen in our lives. We all seen a Karen, right? Well, in San Francisco, they announced an ordinance known as the Caution Against Racially Exploitive Non-Emergencies Act, known as Karen Act. This was made because there has been several calls from unknown sources, and let's just call them Karens, because Karens are known for going crazy, right? Karens are one of those people that you just want to stay away from, right? Well, there's been a couple calls about some racial profiling. Pretty much is what's happening, right? They call the police, and they're like, hey, there's this person doing this and this, and they're harassing me, la la la. Police show up, there's nothing going on. They're just living life, right? We'll get into that a little bit more. So the act will amend the San Francisco Police Code to making it unlawful for anybody to fabricate false racial biased emergency reports. So some of these phone calls, right? Some of these phone calls consist of an individual, right? Karen, call the police on a black man who was dancing and exercising on the street of his neighborhood, right? Just exercising and dancing in the street. Nothing wrong with that, right? It's his own neighborhood. He lives there. All he was doing was exercising, doing a little dancing. He was having a good day. He was feeling himself, right? But Karen over here was like, I'm not having that. Call the police on the guy. Like, what? Like, what? Like, why? Another Karen, a couple, right? A couple called the police on a Filipino man stenciling Black Lives Matter in chalk in front of his own house. Imagine getting the cops called on you for stenciling something on your own property. Imagine that. Like, oh man, I'd be so heated. I'd be like, Karen, where are you? Where do you live, Karen? Where do you live? I'm gonna beat your ass, Karen. Don't be calling police on me. I'm not doing nothing. Here's another one for you guys. The list doesn't stop there, right? Another Karen called the police on a black man who was bird watching in New York Central Park while accusing him of harassing her. So picked up the phone, called the police, and was like, hey, I got this guy who's harassing me right now. Right? Police get there. All he's doing is sitting on the bench bird watching. He's just looking at the birds, not even paying attention to this Karen. Right? Why? I don't understand. Is it just like, do you feel threatened, Karen? Is that what it is? Karen, I hope you're listening. Do you feel threatened? Is that why you call police? You feel threatened? I mean, these people are not doing anything to you, and yet you feel the need that you need to call the police? Man, you need to save that in case you're getting robbed. Or in case something serious is going on. There's a fire or something. Don't be using that excuse because you feel threatened. Like that's a no-no, all right? That's a big no-no. So basically, Karen, you need to stop being the way you are and just let people live their lives. And if I ever encounter you, Karen, all right, listen very closely to this. Don't be surprised when you get a handprint across your face, all right? It's been said. That ain't a threat. That ain't a threat. Don't take it as one, all right? Best believe that's a promise, all right? Best believe that's a promise. All right, Karen? I hope you get that through your thick skull, all right? That's no threat. All right? Let's get that straight. No, but anyways, I just thought it was funny. I mean, good for them, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of other cities that are going to announce this act. But San Francisco was the first one to let it be known of this act. But good for them. It saves police from answering calls that are not emergencies. I'm pretty sure a lot of officers have to deal with calls that are not necessarily emergencies, something that can be handled by the two parties, right? That they're not really in of assistance, right? But Karen be Karens, and that's just the way they are. If you know a Karen, right, slap them. I'm kidding. Don't really slap them. I'm not. Unnamed podcast does not condone anyone slapping a person named Karen. All right, Karens are safe. All right, totally joking on this. All right, totally joking. But jokes aside, it's good for them to propose this act. But I mean, it saves time, and it's going to help prevent calls like this be made into something bigger than what they really are, right? Because let's say the Filipino man stenciling the Black Lives Matter on his house, right? Let's say you got the cops called on him, the cops arrive, and they're like, hey, I can't have you doing that. And the Filipino man starts yelling like, why? It's my property, this and that, right? Then the police are going to have to use force to bring down the guy because he's getting too uncooperative and he's not responding well to the police. Police feel threatened, right? And it makes a bigger deal out of the situation, right? So with this act, it kind of stops calls like this being made into something bigger than what they really are. So, San Francisco, good job. That's a round of applause for you. And other cities, let's jump on this, man. I support this act. I support it. Let's stop Karens everywhere. All right, let's do this. All right, they didn't call it the Karen Act for nothing. All right, let's use it. Use it wisely. All right, but unfortunately, we are at the end of the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves listening. I know I sure had fun. Did you have fun? I did fun. I can't. What did I just say? I don't even know. But I had fun. All right, we're back, man. It's still a crazy one out there, guys. It's still, especially for me, man. I live in Arizona, man. Cases are just going up and up, man. I'm afraid of work. To be honest, man, I'm afraid to go back to work. I'm afraid to go out in public. It's like, man, but you know, I got a face mask. Even though, man, I still don't believe face mask truly will help me from getting anything. But I know it's gonna reduce my chances. But man, I guess there's really no way around this virus. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then thank God. But anyways, guys, Midnight Lunatic, Unnamed Podcast, signing out for the week. We will be back next week, and we'll see what next week brings to us. We'll see. I know it's going to be a long week for all of us, you know, and hopefully within this next week, I know there's been talks of Donald Trump and the government going to try to reveal some of the plans that they have for this new bill that they have, the new stimulus and everything else, right? So maybe we'll see a little bit of some news in that area, but until then, we're just gonna have to keep waiting and hope for the best. I mean, I'm hoping that we see another check coming our way, and if not, then maybe some assistance with work and, you know, back to work and essential workers, and maybe some pay raises. Maybe I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best. But anyways, I love you guys all. Remember, stay safe. Wear a mask. Don't go to Disney World. All right, don't go to Disney World. Don't go to amusement parks. Stay safe. Stay home if you need to. Don't go anywhere. All right, stay comfortable. All right, and we'll see you guys next week. I'll take care. Bye bye.